Guys, please make sure you stand till the end. One common mistake that people often make can cost you thousands of dollars in repairs, parts, diagnostics that you may actually not even need. Stay with us, we'll explain what we're talking about. Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Chevy Tahoe or Chevy Suburban, that generation here from year 2014 to year 2020. If you have a problem where the transmission does not shift, transmission cannot shift, stay with us, we'll explain what often can cause that. What we see here at the garage, it could be super simple fix that can cost you cents or even just a few dollars. We'll explain what we see quite often. We'll talk where you can buy cheap parts and tools, that way do not waste money and time. All that will be covered absolutely free for your convenience. Please make sure to stay until the end. So before we start guys, let us tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them guys completely apart. We show you how to fix engines, transmissions, bodywork guys, engine codes, transmission codes, fuses, relays as well guys. Why we do all that? Because our mission in the shop is to save as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. Guys, we have more than 15,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. And if you guys need to buy any parts, tools at a good price, quick shipping, that way do not waste money and time. We'll put the link in the description of the video below for your convenience. Please check it out. If the transmission does not shift, transmission cannot shift, multiple things can cause that, but now you need to check some super important fuses. Some of them are for the transmission control module, but there are other fuses that can affect it as well. We'll talk about that. It should apply to both models, Chevy Tahoe and Chevy Suburban, since they're built on the same platform. The major difference is that the Chevy Tahoe is a little bit shorter. Guys, by the way, there will be 5 different hidden fuse boxes in that SUV that 9 out of 10 owners do not know where they're located. That's why we made a special video on our YouTube channel. It's called Chevy Tahoe Chevy Suburban fuse box location and diagram. Check it out. What we need to do first, open the hood. And once you guys open the hood, facing the engine on the right side here, that's the driver's side, you have that cover. Open it and you're going to find the main engine fuse box with a layout like this one here. Before we continue, let's explain quickly why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. It is guys very important to test fuses and relays. On those fuses you cannot clearly see if they're burnt or not, especially you can see in the JK's fuses as well. And if you guys assume, okay, let's say you remove a fuse, you look at it and you assume guys that it's actually a good fuse, but it's actually a bad fuse, sometimes you cannot clearly see that. What can easily happen guys at that point, you can put the bad fuse in and you start replacing parts and tools that you don't need to, so you lose your time, you lose your money to fix a problem that doesn't exist, when all we had to do is test the fuse and replace it. We'll put a link to a special video that will teach you how to test fuses, how to check relays very easily as well guys. So check it out, it will be in the description of the video below. So guys, here what we need to check fuses not just for the transmission control module, we need to check fuses for the ABS and traction control module, because if you have a bad fuse, problems with ABS traction control module, it can cause problem with the transmission as well. So the fuses that we need to check now, we're talking about first fuse number 2 guys. Fuse number 2, we're talking about this 60 amp fuse. After that you need to check fuse number 35, and 35 guys, okay, will be this fuse that you see right here, that 25 amp fuse. Then you need to locate fuse 76. We're talking about this fuse, okay, right there. After that we need to locate fuse 102, which is that double 15 amp fuse. This is known as micro 3-blade fuse. It can be really hard to find or super overpriced, so we'll put a link in the description of the video below where guys, okay, you can get some from. Now let us show you guys, okay, what else can cause that here as well. Let me just find the traction control module that we have right here, okay, and that's one being taken apart. So here now guys, this is the ABS traction control module. It corresponds with the transmission. If you have ABS, traction control light on, stability track light on, it's very likely that you may have problems with the transmission. So you need to scan the system, see what codes you have and find out. Sometimes you may have a bad module, you need to install a new one and program it. When it's together on the vehicle, it will look like this one. That's the brains here, that's the mechanical part, and that's the ABS brake pump. Other things that can cause the transmission to not be able to shift, okay, could be something super simple such as a brake light switch. The brake light switch is on the brake paddle. It's installed on the brake paddle. When you apply the brake paddle, the engine computer traction control system knows that you apply the brake, so it can turn the lights on as well. It can deactivate cruise control, multiple system will be activated. But if the brake light switch doesn't work, it's very likely you will not be able to shift out of park as well. Now, if you want to see how to test brake light switch or how to replace brake light switch, we'll have many videos on our YouTube channels that will teach you how to do that. Next, guys. Now, you gotta make sure you check the engine fuses and relays. If you want to see, we'll have the videos on the channel where you can find them. Something else that we notice in some cases could be transmission shifter, problems with the transmission shifter. Or if you take the transmission apart, you will have solenoids inside the transmission. The solenoids are the little bitty electronic devices. Let me show you, okay, what it looks like. It's kind of like this one here. It opens and closes and it regulates, guys, where the oil goes through. So if you have a bad solenoid, that can cause it not to shift. If you want to know how to test solenoid, how to replace transmission solenoid, we'll have many videos on our YouTube channels that will teach you how to do that. Other things could be mechanical problems with the transmission or the transmission control module, guys. But first, check fuses, brake light switch, traction control and braking system. Make sure you don't have any lights, because that could often cause that problem. So guys, I want to show you now something. Okay, check this thing out. You have all different kinds of fuses. Fuses, relays, circuit breakers, something that could be really hard to find, and if you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't have a replacement one, you may end up being stuck, guys, in the middle of nowhere, or they can be seriously overpriced. So what we do, we usually buy some spare ones, we put in the glove box for peace of mind. We'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can get them at a good price, quick shipping, that way you do not waste money and time. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.